and welcome to the Natural Ones TTRPG channel. I'm your friendly neighborhood ace and GM Larry Viscara. Now, last session, the group entered and explored a crypt under the church where they faced off against a Terrorwhite, Septipods, and a Mimic. Upon reaching the last door, they came across a syndicate cultist that was performing some sort of ritual near a fountain filled with blood. Now, normally we would pick up from here, but unfortunately the audio for this session is beyond repair and salvage. So that leaves me here to do a recap for you. But just know, time of recording, this is the last technical issue that we've had, and moving beyond this, more sessions will be dropping more constantly, so we can catch up to the live streams that we put up on Twitch. Now, in this session we have Andrew as Fimble, Agnes as Lila, Kelly as Braun, and Travis as Soulstar. Now, let's get into it. As the door opens, Braun decides to rush the cultists only to get stuck in a restraining glyph and is frozen in place. 4 undead ex-guardians emerge out of the stone caskets in the room and move to attack the group. After some time, the group dispatches these undead ex-warriors and focus on confronting the cultists next. They're able to push the cultists back into the fountain of blood, but unfortunately something happens and this cultist is transformed into a lesser reaper, and it rises up out of the fountain, casting a dark cloud over the battlefield, and each player is cloaked into this fog. The players will wake up in a moment of their past. Lila wakes up to find herself back in her hometown of Jasanko's Breath, but as a child, a kid of 8. As she walks through the town, the group of kids surround her in an alleyway and start picking on her. They insult her looks and her howlite skin and start throwing stones at her. Unable to leave, she kneels down and cries and hunches down as the rocks pummel her one after another. Hearing her cries, Edric, Lila's father, comes running for her aid, shoving the kids out of her way. He picks up Lila and takes her straight home when she heads to her bedroom, lays down on her bed, and sits crying alone. Soulstar wakes up to find himself leaving the orphanage he was raised in with this new foster father, Reginald Greppo, a renowned smuggler and bounty hunter. Reginald leads Soulstar back to his crew's camp and introduces him to Gonly Blinto, a human barbarian, Susan Sawtooth, a half-orc fighter rogue, Romwell Stackrise, a hobgoblin eldritch knight. And after this brief greeting, Reginald takes Soulstar to a fenced-in mud pit. Soulstar looks at the end of the pit and spots Gonly next to some cages, banging on them to rouse up the wild dogs inside. Soulstar looks back at Reginald, worried, as he is locked into the pit. Reginald tells him that, to be a part of this crew, he has to know what Soulstar is capable of. The dog cages open, and they run towards Soulstar, ready to tear him apart. Reginald drops the knife in the pit. Let's see what the kid can do. The dogs bite and attack at Soulstar as he makes his way to the knife to defend himself, frightened and forced to kill. Fimble Fay wakes up as a child of 6 on the forest floor. Ahead of them is a large tree with roots that flow over a hillside. As Fimble stands up, the roots of the tree begin to shift and take shape. Amber lights glow under the roots and eventually form into eyes and a mouth. The Forest Mother has awakened. Fimble steps away from the mother, calling out for their parents. The Forest Mother lets Fimble know that I am your mother, and you are mine. Fimble turns and runs off into the forest, but the forest shifts and funnels Fimble back to the Forest Mother. Fimble tries to run again, but is caught by grasping vines and is held in place as one branch moves closer to Fimble. Do not fret, little one. This will pass, but first, I need something from you. The vines move Fimble closer to the mother as a root grows out of the ground and moves towards Fimble's eye. Fimble cries out in pain as his eye is removed, and they pass out. They wake again in a pit with thorny vines covering the top of it.
There is no escape, my little one. You are where you belong.
Thimble cries, alone in the pit. Braun wakes up on the battlefield between two armies, all formed by smoke and shadows. One of these forms comes up to Braun as he looks to a castle behind him.
My brother! The form speaks to Braun. I don't think we can win this.
Looking back to the battlefield, Braun notices that half the smoke and shadow forces are slain on the battlefield, while the other side is quickly encroaching at him.
You must leave. Find and save our sister.
The shadow form clears, and Braun can make out that it's a blonde-haired dwarf brandishing two swords.
We can't let them destroy our house.
Braun looks at this dwarf as blood trails down its eyes and its mouth, and it collapses to the ground, lifeless. Braun drops to his knees and lets out a fierce battle cry. The Reaper lifts the fog from the ritual room, and the four rock forms held together by tainted blood from the fountain, each one of them mimicking a member of the group, move to attack. Braun, frozen in place, is struggling to move, and the group hears his battle cry and watch as a shadowy figure takes shape and peels off of Braun like a cast-off skin. This form loosely looks like Braun, though it wields two swords instead of a war pick and a shield. With these fresh memories in mind, the group is ready to fight with everything they have to take down these Bloodrock mimics and the Reaper. In doing so, they escape this ritual room and make it to the church above and exit, finding themselves in the bright sunlight in Satori. We pick up from there.
So last session, the group put through some memory trauma, but we managed to take down a Reaper and some sort of stone creature mimics or doppelgangers that copied your moves and your gimmicks. And except for Braun showed off a new class feature through his trauma.
Certainly surprising.
Cool. And again, managed to thwart the enemy and opened a passageway and went back to the B3 to relieve and take some time for yourselves. It is now a brand new day. And we'll start with Lila. Where do you want to be in the morning?
That's a good question. I definitely want to wait for the party to kind of get up and motivated before we head to that like gazebo thing that we saw on the way back from the church.
Yep.
And investigate that. So I guess I'll just mill around the tavern portion of the B3 till I start seeing people wake up.
Okay. Braun?
I imagine Braun had a pretty rough night.
Yeah. You said you wanted to get a room. Was that either just a joke, or did you really want to get a room out of the barrel?
Yeah, I think that after some heavy drinking, Braun probably went downstairs to his normal hammock in the basement and immediately remembered it was the rack house of the B3, and he was surrounded by barrels. Depending on how drunk he was, he may have fought a barrel or something, or punched in one or two of them to just confirm. But I quickly went back upstairs and put a room on his tab. Nothing fancy, just a standard room, but he's not sleeping in that damn basement anymore. No. And I imagine he was probably disturbed by that, and he probably spent a lot of the night. I'll even take a point of exhaustion if you think I should. Probably just sitting on the bed, looking at the echo of his dead twin I mean, it doesn't talk.
Yeah, it's just sitting there, a ghostly form with black hollow eyes, and it just sort of whispers an echo of a life you don't remember.
Yeah. I don't imagine he slept well, you know. He probably just kind of flicked that thing in and out and tried to remember and tried to get comfortable with it, I guess, because that's really freaking disturbing. But at some point, he probably drank enough to pass out. Standard dwarven hangover, Irish coffee, bacon. But I imagine I'll probably be one of the last ones to come downstairs, and I'll be needing some hangover food.
All right. So you're probably at this moment about 9 in the morning. Lila and Braun are in the area getting food together.
Sure.
Soulstar, where do you want to be?
All right. See, because
And,
I'm
how was your
a
evening?
half elf, I don't.
As far as your character,
Rough.
yeah.
He didn't sleep at all, but because he's a half elf, he doesn't really need it. So he just kind of like stayed up all night, just pondering things, just pondering and pondering. He didn't even like go up to his room, so he'll just be down in like the common area. Just like smoking on his like 14th cigarette.
All right.
Like just chain smoking them down.
All right, so morning comes and Barley sees you all posted at your spots and gives a nod and comes up to hopefully speak to you all as a group. Good morning, all. I just want to thank you again for everything you've done. City has decided to give you a massive pay for everything that you've done as a whole. So down in the room, there's 1,500 gold pieces for each one of you.
Holy shit.
Shit, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a lot of money.
With the help of some ingenious artificers and ingenuity, some people were able to recover some of the treasure that fell into the what is now an acid lake. But we're working on trying to clean that. Right. Purify it, if you would. But I and the city thank you for everything that you've done. I recall you all having mentioned it was not a very fun experience, and I share my sympathies and my empathy to you. You're a great group, and I just want to say that wherever you go next, we can always still stay in contact. I know you all have eyes for Avalon. Soulstar has that bounty on his head, unfortunately. But with these tie-ins with the Syndicate going after the ones that are going after Soulstar, we might be able to curry favor and solve two birds with one stone.
Yeah, hopefully if we can be of any assistance in the town before we leave, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And
Things are on the up and up right now.
And I'm
But I
pretty
think
sure we
you'll-
went through every chamber down there. There might have been some we missed because there were some hidden behind some false walls that we didn't break.
we'll never know. And maybe we will. Only time will tell. But for right now, there's a definite calmness throughout the city, and it feels like everybody can sort of move on and return to building something new and grand. Hopefully outside of the Empire's hold, which is hard to do. But it seems you all have a group task in mind. Again, please feel free to hit up any of the merchants for a 10% discount in my name for any new gear. And I believe you said you had the orb to take you to a what? A temple? A gazebo?
Yeah, there was something that we noticed on the way back to the B3.
An inscription on it?
Don't remember.
Or, yeah. I'm not a magic user. You should probably go talk to Arvis, the head librarian. She seems to know more of these magic things than I. Just a heads up if you wanted to try to close that arc. But yes, we've also fixed your carriage for safe travels. Unfortunately, we did release the doe and fawn that were
Inscripted.
inscripted to help you all. But we've got a couple of great stallions to fix, to put in their place. You can name them whatever you wish. Here, that's a thing you guys like to do.
I think Thimble would be thrilled.
Thimble right now is in his room all night, stayed up, just hearing the creaks and the cracks in the wood and a slight echo of Mother's cackle echoing throughout his mind. So he didn't sleep too well, and he's off on the side, sort of head down, just drinking cider and nodding in approval at the moment.
Yeah, Braun's probably right next to him, staring at his feet. I think Braun, for the first time, is starting to feel some light sensitivity and probably has a hood up and is just probably looking a wreck.
So do we want to go ahead and head towards the gazebo then? And check that out?
Sure.
As well.
Sure.
Raptors up here.
Yeah. Feel free to finish whatever you might have sought out here in town. But again, thank you for everything that you need. And if you ever manage to come back, please let me know. And of course, if I will send a word if anything drastic happens here or something that may interest you. And well, at least for Braun's past, we've learned he has a brother. That's something to go on. Dwarf lineages very rarely develop twins, so we might be able to find something through the ancient history texts. If you talk to Arvis, she might know a few things about that.
Do you think anyone would know about what this is? And he poofs that echo in to the room for a second. You're like, am I haunted now?
It might be. I'm just a simple man. I have no idea. I would talk to Arvis about that, but that's creepy as fuck, and I don't like it either.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, boss. And I poof it away.
So I guess we're off to check out the gazebo that we noticed on the way back from the church. see what's going on there. Because I think if I remember correctly, we had thought that the gyroscopic orb thing might belong there, but I think we were too tired to want to investigate and or trigger something else that might decide to smack us.
Yeah, and I'm still hesitant
at the time.
Yeah, I'm still hesitant at the moment, but I'm probably also willing to hit something if necessary.
As a group, you all slowly head back to the unhaunted church, and about 20 feet off to its side, there's a little gazebo with a little pedestal and a little grip hand that's got the same sort of etchings and markings that the gyroscopic orb has on the metal platings. And as you get closer to it, the crystal inside starts to light. And who has possession of it right now?
I do, because I had it in the bag of holding. So,
but you guys also used it to, so you guys used it to open the door, and then it fell out, and then, that's right, picked it up, and you guys put it back in the bag. Okay.
Yeah, I think Soulstar handed it to me, if I remember correctly.
Cool.
At the end, after you cleared the room.
All right, cool.
So I'll be pulling it out as we're walking, and notice that it's lighting up as we get close. I think I don't know if this is a good idea now. Now that I'm standing here holding this thing and it's glowing. But I mean, it opened doors. So.
The light, the light does feel very warm. It's and pleasant. It's not. It feels like a warm sunbeam on your hands.
Should we talk to your book lady first?
Maybe. I mean, it feels like this is just where this item belongs, if that makes sense. But yeah, we can go see Arvis and see what she says about the item, and as well as the our trip ahead. So we can go head to the library and then to the library.
That's not safe.
All right.
Safe sounds good. Safe sounds good.
All right. So again, you guys take your time walking through town.
Like players play in a rain barrel.
Do you know?
No, I'm not gonna just start breaking every barrel I find. I'm just gonna make witch.
Give it a wide berth.
Yeah, exactly. I see an alleyway, and just as long as it's in our sight, I'm making sure it's not moving.
So you get up to the library, pass through the doors, and you're greeted by a librarian aide, and she asks, "What brings you in today?"
We're here to speak with Arvis. We've got a couple things to discuss.
Oh, excellent. Go ahead and wait at the main desk. I'll go send word of her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She walks off. And you guys make your way to the desk, and
Can I see like bookshelves and stuff? I mean, Braun's probably semi-literate at best.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. I think I would be pretty lost in a place like this. 9 plus 1, I think. Yeah, so 10.
Yeah, so all from your vantage point, it's just like rows and rows and stacks of shelves filled with books and catalogs and
I have no idea what
for all the descriptions on the book locations through the decimal system.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do with all that. But I'm along for the ride here.
few moments later, door opens to the back, and Arvis comes out and greets everybody. Hello. What brings you here today?
And I hold up the orb.
Ooh, that's new. It's glowing.
Mm-hmm. No, I think we believe it may belong to the structure right outside of the church.
Interesting. Would you show me?
Sure. If you're up for a small walk.
Oh, absolutely.
But before we go, do you know anything? Have you ever seen anything like this? And I do it again. Pull out my echo.
She stands back. Oh. I'm so sorry for you. But in a way, you can use it as an advantage.
I noticed that. Am I haunted now? This was
most
my.
of us are haunted, but I think given your condition and your amnesia, there may be a tie into that.
Yeah. Okay.
And you say
Big
this
help.
is your. Who is this? They look awfully close to you, minus the head injury and the.
I think it was my brother. I think I had a twin.
Twin?
I remember something. I think we used to fight together. I don't know. I don't like it. It's creepy.
I will send word to a friend of mine that knows dwarven lineage well. Twins are rare, so that should be something easily to find in records. So hopefully we'll be able to track down and figure out what exactly your past is.
And I poof him away.
Was that all? I believe Barley said you found some things in the crypt, something about a mallet and a leather-bound book.
Mm-hmm. And I pull the book out of the bag of holding and give it to her.
Well, this
Thimble
is
still
peculiar.
carrying that skull around?
What was that?
The skull that Thimble found? Is he just like playing with it in the corner, staring into its eyes or anything weird?
Yeah, he's sort of like got its hand and it's sort of puppeting it, and playing with it, showing it around like the books and like taking one out and reading it, book to it, even though he doesn't know what the words are because he can't read. He's just making up a story.
That's pretty great.
Oh, God. They're so fucked.
Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Hit my flask.
He puts her hand over the leather-bound book and she feel the weird etchings, and they're very similar to the celestial dagger that you found.
Mm-hmm.
And she asks to see if anyone still had that on their person.
I know so the stuff that got returned to us was put into the bag of holding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the celestial rune dagger, the ledger, the translucent crystal. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and pull the dagger out.
All right. And as you pull out the dagger, you can see it's white ivory make with golden fused etchings around it. The gold is glowing and giving off very bright energy. And same with the leather-bound book. And as Arvis goes, she cuts the leather bindings and opens the book. And a tremble shakes the library.
Echoes out.
What did we just unleash?
Yeah, Braun's triggered.
Everybody pauses for a moment, but nothing seems to happen. She opens up the book to realize there's nothing but blank pages. She's baffled and asks if she can keep the book to see if she can study and maybe figure out if there is some sort of hidden communication within the blank pages, some sort of spell that may need to be used.
I'd say she gets to keep the book and the dagger, because the dagger might help figure something out too.
All right. She thanks you and she sets them down.
Calm down enough to just shoo my away again. I think it's like an unconscious response. I think just every time Braun gets startled or stressed, he's just gonna kind of fart out a fucking cloud.
That's great.
More booze.
I guess we'll continue heading.
What about
towards-
I heard about a mallet that had like etchings of the moon on it that was found under there.
I think Thimble has that, right? Or do you have it, Soulstar? I can't remember who grabbed it on the way.
There were some mason tools. Someone grabbed one of them.
Yeah.
Was it?
I thought it was Soulstar.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Oh,
It's
did
sitting next to your character.
I?
I know I got my crowbar back from you, but that was different.
Yeah, no. I remember using a few tools, but I don't remember.
No, yeah, I remember you grabbing it on the way out.
Yeah, because that was the stuff that we found before we got to the big main chamber.
Gotcha.
But she looks over towards Braun, and she can see his war pick. And she looks to the mallet, and she looks to her calendar, and she looks back, and she suggests to go see the blacksmith Ikari down at the Smith and Armor's. He may be able to upgrade your weapon for you.
Okay.
These two things seem to go together. There might be a connection, and he is very good with unlocking mystic and magic stored in metals and blades. And this just may be something exactly like that.
Okay. Now I'm wondering if my weapon is haunted, but
Everything around you is just haunted, Braun.
yeah, no. PTSD. I'm afraid of
Everything's a mimic.
You're gonna start walking around with crosses and holy water and all this other stuff to keep things away.
If I understood religion, that would probably be the way. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's just tripped out. He is definitely just amped to an 11 and tired and yeah, he's a mess. But yeah, that sounds very good to me. And I guess now that I'm looking at the mallet and my war pick, I'm noticing some similarities in runes or something. Okay. Did I hold on to that, buddy, or do you want to keep it? Soulstar?
You can go ahead, hold on to that. I had no idea what I was planning on doing with this.
I'll be right back.
I think you just sort of nicked it on the way out, just to steal something.
It's a good grab. But
Yeah.
you can put it to use.
Alright, so yeah, it's now in your possession.
Okay.
And
Ooh. Is there any need for me to throw that in my inventory or anything?
Not for now, no. I think you guys have a set course, more or less. Yeah. Just depends on what order you go to it, but I'm sure we'll get to it either before or after.
Okay.
Whichever way you choose.
I'm following the group's directions still. Kind of dazed and again ruffled again. So yeah, just using liquor to smooth myself down and try to calm myself. But I imagine I'm kind of in a semi-stupor.
All right.
I think we're all haggard.
Arbus looks down at you. She's like, "Are you okay? Would you like some water?" You look pretty exhausted.
Fuck water. I'm fine. Thank you.
She has a teacup of some nice hot tea, and she sort of backs away and she's like, "Okay, well, I'm sorry, but if it does help, but if you don't want it, that's okay." She sets it back down and
Yeah,
just trying to.
I understand. I don't understand at all what's going on, but I'll be fine. Yeah, just 1,000-yard stare.
And then she looks over towards.
Sorry about
She looks
that.
over towards Lila. And don't forget, the sisterhood is always waiting to help you out in any other way, as far as anything that you personally may be wanting to find out. Some of us like to try and find our families or get back in touch with them. I don't know how yours story separated, so but that's always an option. Or if any sort of lost siblings or anything, anybody want to get back in touch to, we can always help you try to find and locate. We always have scouts and runners out doing errands who keep a watchful eye out for all of us.
Well, I mean,
It's how we survive.
I greatly appreciate that, especially since I have no idea where my mother is. So if there's any clues you can find to where she might be, that would be greatly appreciated.
Where did you say you were from again?
I came from. I don't have that in front of me. Hold on.
It's all right.
Notes. Yasanko's breath near the
Durantia Forest?
Yes, is where my father says he found me. Well, father as in who raised me, but
A
maybe-
surrogate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
He tried.
Well, what was his name? Do you, a name? That helps trace lineage. Everybody has a lineage. We all keep very well track of that. Even under the Empire rule, we do what we can to keep the records that they try to destroy.
Edric O'Keefe is my father. He's the
O'Keefe.
local blacksmith in that town. Well, one of
Yes.
many blacksmiths there.
He was quite well known during the Great War. Very well and talented blacksmith.
That is news
I
to
will-
me.
I can definitely find a way for you to communicate to him. I will send out my feelers and see how things are. But probably within about a couple of weeks. It takes some travel to get there.
Mhm. But anything would be greatly appreciated. I mean, he raised me, but I would be curious to know if what or where I was originally from. There aren't very many Earth Genasi where I lived. I think really I was the only one that I could easily identify.
Of course, absolutely. This is what the sisterhood is all about.
Thank you.
And she goes and sort of opens up the door and sort of walks on out, sort of gesturing to follow her out.
The gazebo, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget about Akari the blacksmith.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. We won't
I
forget
hope
to
you
head
find
there
the
before we-
answers you seek, and you're able to break whatever plagues your soul at the moment. And I hope you all find out what you're looking for in life. She,
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Oh, that's right. She's actually, she's walking with you guys to go.
Like she's
Sure,
heading with
I
us.
forgot. She's walking. She's going with you guys to the gazebo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right, my bad.
Check it out.
Check it out and
What?
stick a ball on a pedestal and see if things don't explode.
Yeah.
I'm probably trying to get Fimble to put the skull away while we walk through town.
It's like stop playing.
He's not. He's still pupping it around, talking to it,
Get first.
sort of pointing out things and telling them what he thinks they are.
Poor Yorick, I knew him well.
And as you get up to the little gazebo and the altar in the center of it, it starts lighting up. The Jarvis corporate orb starts. Crystal is emanating at that warm sunbeam light again, and Arvis sort of walks around, puts her hands over the gazebo and to see the etchings and feel them, and they start to give off a glow, and slowly the pieces start to spin about. She sets it down on the center with a hand, grabs it, and it starts spinning rather quickly.
I back a couple
And-
steps away, like
The
close
shield's
in.
up.
We're a little
Big
jumpy.
blue pulse of energy blasts out in about a 35-foot range.
What's coming?
If anyone, go ahead and make a strength saving check. Make sure you don't get knocked on your butt.
Okay. Eh.
Just a knock prone, but it's not like a.
No, I fall. That's a
Okay.
natural 1. I was like, maybe it's a 7.
Yeah.
Nope, that's a 1.
Maybe it's a 7. I got 18.
The 1 and the 7 on this tiny die look really pretty close, and they're also right next to each other, so there's no way to really mistake it. I was like, maybe. No.
Braun, what'd you get?
14. 7 plus 7.
All right. So. All right. Film got 15. So, unfortunately, Lyle was the one to. She took a dive to the ground as soon as it went off. Everyone else sort of braced themselves at the ready, and took the blast relatively well. No damage was taken on any part, but Lila is on the ground right now. And after the blast, it stops spinning, and the crystal is now giving off a blue sort of ocean-like coolness to it as Jarvis picks it up, and she's like, I swear I can hear the ocean. And she hands it back to Lila. She's like, I think there was an old legend in the books about some sort of gravitational sort of locator that would unlock waypoints. That would allow this, sort of like a magical portal that allows you to travel great distances at short time, sort of stepping through a doorway, if you would. I think this might be that. As far as what I've gathered in the information on these runes all along the altar and on the orb itself.
So what you're saying is
Everything
we might
checks out.
find ones in other towns that could possibly be linked?
Exactly. But also a way for you to get back here whenever you want. You just think, just find another waypoint, and it's telepathic. Think of the warm sunbeam that the energy gave off, and it should return you back here.
Interesting.
But it seems to only activate once you discover one, so we can't just
Go to
unfortunately
wherever there
travel
might be
to the.
We've unlocked one fast travel point so far.
one. Yep.
Nice.
We found a campfire.
Yep.
All the monsters respawn.
Oh God, no! Please, no.
Still keeping my eye on that goddamn rainbow.
In the graveyard right next to the. No, just kidding. Right on the ground. No.
Yeah, we're still right there.
Mom definitely has that like ADD eye thing going where he's just scared.
Waiting to see if any or more axe guardians pop out of the graves outside the church.
I've seen things fall out of the sky lately, like all kinds of shit. So I got no idea what's coming next, and just for it.
Well, if you ever do find another point, please let me know. I would like to gather any sort of knowledge you find along the way and any sort of descriptions thereof. I do like to keep records. I am a librarian.
Yeah, definitely. We'll let you know.
Excellent, thank you. And I want to go back and try to find out what that leather-bound book's all about. So I'm going to leave you all here for your day. She
Thank you.
puts her hand in her robe. She nods and walks off at her own pace.
Nice. Well, let's go visit a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Go get you a weapon.
We've already been to this blacksmith before, right? We know where it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Smith and Armorers. You've dealt with the salesman at the counter.
Okay. Yeah, I'm stoked. Or as stoked as Braun could be right now, I guess.
So looking at the mallet and your war pick, sort of like toying with it, trying to see if you can like connect the etchings and markings.
Hitting my pick with the hammer. Let's go talk to someone who might know something about this.
All right, so yeah, walk up to the Smith and Armorers. There's a person up in the front counter who greets you. Welcome in, welcome in. What brings you in today?
Well, we had an adventure, and we found this interesting hammer, and it seems to have something in common with my war pick. That, do we remember where I got?
That is interesting. Bring it
Yeah.
over here. Bring it over here. Set it up on the counter for me, if you will.
Yeah, set both items up on the counter. Do I remember where I got the war pick? Was it?
It was given to you by the people that rescued you.
Okay,
That's about it.
that's all I know
Sent
about
you
it.
on, the ones that did your surgery and then sent you on your way.
Okay. Well, that's nice of them. Yeah, I set them both down on the counter, and I've got gold to spend if that helps anything.
Well, I believe Ikari would love this. Actually, just follow me, and he sort of leads you and the group back behind the shop and through it. You can see all the stock and all the different sort of organized things that they have set up behind their little kiosk area. And as you get further out, it's nice, opens up a little bit, and off to the side there's a forge going, and they're all hear the clanging and smell of the pit and the steel being cooled, and the
Smells like home.
yeah. And the clerk comes up to the blacksmith and sort of gently calls out to him, trying to offset the clanging that when he's hammering down on a very hot sword. And he turns and looks after, plunges his sword, and he looks at the weapons that the war pick and the mallet that's in the clerk's hands, and his eyes light up and says, "Oh, please, set that on my table. I'll be there in just a moment." And clerk goes by and sets it down on the table, and takes the blade out of the water and finishes off. You see him go off into another room with the sword. And the clerk looks at the group. "Just wait here. He'll be back in a moment." And walk back off to the front lobby. And natural perception, you can see just a forge and just stacks of sheet metal and coals, and a well-worn forge that's seen its years of use. Dusted and caked over with all kinds of furnace debris. Never really upkept, it's just been accrued up.
They're a donkey pulling like a windmill thing in the corner. A drunk guy sleeping one off.
Perception
That's
check,
just you,
no.
buddy.
And Ikari comes back out. He sort of claps his hands free of dust and debris, and walks over to the table where you're at, and sort of sits down and starts looking at it. And so who's the one with the moon connection? This is very interesting.
Well, it's my war pick, but I don't really know anything about it.
Really?
I don't know much about much.
Do you even know how to use this thing?
Pretty good at swinging it. Yeah, you hit him with the pointy end.
Pointy end goes into being.
Yeah. Works as a hammer too. There's a blunt side.
Interesting.
Side I'd want to get caught on.
Hey, have you ever felt like a sensation that came off it, something like some sort of magic or a force behind wielding it, or because by all rights and means,
it seems to hit harder than it should. Yeah, there's a kind of extra poof of force when I smack something real good with it.
So there is a magical energy that emanates through it?
Yeah,
Interesting.
something about like a D6.
Interesting. I think I have just the metal that might improve this weapon of yours. Give me at least a day and I grant you'll have something much more devastating, free of cost, of course. This is something of a personal hobby I like doing.
Pet project.
Yeah. I even got a loaner and I pull out my battle axe from my pack. Be like, still good to go. I don't imagine this one's magic too, is it? Just kind of show them my rusty axe that's pretty chipped up.
No, but if you ever need a weapon, we do sell some good ones out in the lobby. Just talk to Derek. He's the clerk out in the front. He'll help you with whatever you need. Apparently, you're the ones that Barley was talking about. Yeah. Excellent. So there is a 10% discount for everything that you buy through all the things that you've done to help the city. It's the least we can do. So enjoy the savings and have fun upgrading your gear above table. No.
I do want to, since we're here anyway, get another thing of crossbow bolts, because I only have 20, and I'm pretty sure I think I fired 1 or 2 early game.
Yeah, you did fire that. Yeah, I know you fired under 5.
Yeah, I didn't do that many. I know I didn't do any underneath the church just because it was close quarters.
Yeah.
But when we were out, I think we're on the Fae portal. I might have done a couple, so I do want to buy probably another stack of 20 and just make it an even 40 for our journey.
Yeah, fill up that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like it's. Hold on. Does it say?
Braun's finally kind of perking up a little bit now that he's thinking about all the fun smashing he's going to get to do.
Yeah, crossbow bolts would be like 30 gold piece.
Is it 30 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's like 50, whatever.
If we're going off D&D Beyond,
I don't think they have. I think they sort of left a lot of that stuff up for.
Yeah, theirs is just 2 gold for a stack of 20, but I'm not picky, whatever it can be. If it's 30, it's 30. I ain't gonna argue with the DM.
Right. So we'll say 15. They're well made and sturdy.
Okay. 15. Remove from purse. There we go.
I don't know if there's a crossbow bolt +1.
Let me look at inventory. Let's see what we have in items.
Yeah, if there is, then you can get those.
There's
And Soul Star, you got a crossbow as well.
there is crossbow bolts +1. There's also there's a crossbow bolts of walloping crossbow bolts. It packs a wallop.
There's one thing too. I haven't made them yet, but if you want to, just like in game, if you want like, there's the fire arrows and ice arrows and lightning arrows. You can get those and use them as bolts for your crossbow.
Okay.
That way not to make like.
I think I'll leave those
the same thing.
to the rangers and the.
But I did manage to work out a good way for the item, and it'll show in your inventory. And if you do your damage, but there's also charges, which will take place of like the amount. So you get 20 arrows in a pound.
Okay.
And then every time you use an arrow, you just click the box so you can see how much you have left.
How much are the would you say that you want the crossbow bolts +1 to be?
Yeah, 50. Yeah, okay. For 50 gold.
And so add.
Oh, no, 30 because it's the discount.
Okay. And that would be a stack of
I know
10
the
or
math's off,
20
but
or
he's being
Yeah, I was
generous.
going to say, man, your math is way off, but I'm not going to.
Don't argue with the DM.
is that a stack of 10 or 20 or how many?
20.
Okay. 20.
I'll be trying to encourage Fimble to
Yeah.
think about the pointy stick.
Each, if you get like the fire arrows, just buy one because that's a pound and that'll have 20 charges.
Okay.
I imagine
And you can use them as crossbow bolts as well. That's what I'm. So
Okay.
that way I don't have to like make an again just for bolts. Lazy DM. No.
Oh, I can only add them in stacks of 10.
Oh, the bolts.
The +1 bolts.
Okay.
So you said it was 30 for 20? Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
30. There we go.
I still got hand axes. They don't run out of ammo. Gotta remember to pick them up.
Well, and I still have 2 soul daggers to give to people as well.
Yeah.
Because I think we had like 3 or 4 that we got. So.
Braun has no
You guys-
interest
Yeah.
other than cutting his meat.
So you guys want to leave the room and go take a look at the lobby, see what they have?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Drew can catch up on this part and do shop when he comes back.
Yeah. As you walk out, Derek at the counter greets you. Like, oh, hello. I heard you might be passing through, and well, we've got. Look at you. We've got some special gear that might be of help. We've got different kind of maces. So we have this corpse slayer mace, a vicious mace. We also have some premium armors, dragon hide, ranger's voice. She looks over at Fimble with the skull. She looks him up and down. Like, yeah. I can always spot a ranger, but you need some new threads. The kid needs some new threads. I think the ranger suit will help just fine.
Nice.
And then there's the boots of elven kind, well-made boots that'll help you out in various ways. And then there's the mariner studded leather armor that'll help you traverse through rough waters.
Full star, that might be for you, bud.
I'm writing this down.
And then we have a nice sort of basic standard upgrade to the basic shield. It just offers a little bit more support and AC. It's a shield +1 for about 150 gold. It's well made, but
Old.
it's nothing fancy.
Unless you want to call dibs on that one, Lila.
I'm good. My shield does a +2 to my armor class, so I don't think that would necessarily be better. Plus, mine is a family like heirloom, so I wouldn't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll take that for 150.
We also have these we have a dragon scale shield for about 300. You want to, I don't know, do some trading and selling?
What does the dragon scale shield do?
Looks like it's a +3 to your armor class.
Jesus, are you sure you want to give me access to something like that? That'll put me over 20.
Stop.
I'm just saying
I'll
there's
give you a
options.
chance to pull that off the table, man. That's fine. A +1 is enough.
You also have some breastmails and chain plates. Or breastplates and chain mails. Waka waka. Got that switched.
Let's see.
I will definitely throw down 300 for that dragon scale if it's on the table, but you can withdraw it. I'll
It's
take
200. If you want to go ahead and throw that into your inventory.
200. You said 3 a second ago. I'll gladly pay 3.
Did I say 300? Oh, yeah, it's 300. Yeah, it's 300.
Still feel like I'm taking advantage of you.
That's fine.
But
It's a dragon hide. Armor should be in inventory.
how do I add to inventory? That's insane.
The dragon scale shield.
Yeah. Hell yes.
But we have the mithril breastplate and the mithril chainmail. 200 gold apiece.
Let me look at those. You said mithril?
Yeah. And the boots of elven kind for 200 gold.
Those would be good. Speaking your boat,
And
if I remember correctly.
acid resistance leather armor made of green dragon scales and leather for 300 gold.
I think the
That'd be-
mithril's the same as my
I'm not sure.
of my armor of fire resistance currently. Let me see. Okay, let me add it to my inventory and see if it changes my AC. So if I take off this one, yeah, it's the same AC.
Can I sell my old shield to you guys?
We'll take it for 25 gold.
Okay. It only costs 10. Okay. All right. Putting 25 back.
Takes the shield and sets it in the scrap section. They probably tear it apart and make other stuff out of it. There's also a rapier +1 for anybody that likes to swing a sword around, and a moon-touched longsword made out of what was it? Believed to be rocks from one of the moons.
I've already got a moon war pick that I don't understand. I don't think I need. No need to double down.
When the blacksmith returns, I can't remember his name right this second.
Ikari.
Ikari. I will write that down.
Yeah. Ikari.
Okay.
Ikari. Yeah. Icky.
When they get back, I want to see if maybe we can do some improvements to my shield to warrant the current changes that have been applied to my shield.
Yeah. But yeah, you can even just throughout the day, you've been looking at your shield and the 9 gemstones that are made up in the center of it just sort of seem to give off a little bit of light and glisten throughout when you're out in the daylight. Looks like almost like giant like rhinestones on your shield.
my constant use of light on my shield has affected it.
I was slightly mistaken. My armor class is only a 19, so I'm still mortal. Barely.
Well, there's other ways to stop a.
Oh, I know. And you'll find them.
Yeah.
So what are these boots of elven kind?
Let me check. I don't have all the notes up on me.
If they're the classic ones, I think they give you advantage on stealth
Rough
check
terrain.
in a natural environment.
Yeah, it says your steps make no sound regardless of the surface you are moving across. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently.
Oh, right, the boots. I was thinking the
Yeah.
cloak kind.
Ooh.
But yeah, dude, grab those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yes.
snag those up.
200 gold.
Sweet.
Braun is the big clanky mess, so my stealth checks are blown anyway.
I'm okay with the breastplate. I'm no longer at a disadvantage like I was with the chainmail, but my stealth isn't great anyway.
Yeah.
See, is there any way we could pair these boots of Elvenkind with a better armor? So I'm not just walking around squish. I just got leather armor right now. And
Yeah. We do
Mentioned
have
there's
the
a Mariner.
Mariner's studded leather armor.
Yeah, studded leather would take you up a notch, plus it's got some benefits.
And then we also have more on the higher end, the white dragon hide studded leather armor set.
that's what I'm looking for. What kind of protection does it give me? White.
Get that up real quick.
No, that's different.
All right. Looking it up, trying to find it.
You said the white dragon hide leather. White dragon hide studded leather, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that is
I had to bring up
the wearing this armor conveys resistance to cold damage, and it's a armor class 12, which I don't know if that's better or worse than what you've already got.
Just a flat rate of 12.
So I don't know how that would modify what you're wearing. So if you look at what you're wearing currently, what's the armor class on it?
I'm only armor class 14 with my leather armor. So that's just
regular
my
leather
dex
armor?
plus 11. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would bring you up at least one, right? Because I said that's a 12.
Right.
So it would help. There.
Cool. Is that pretty much the only thing that it's got going for it besides that like keeps me from getting too cold?
Yeah, it reduces cold damage and it's a higher armor class than what you currently have
Gotcha.
by one.
there's also the acid resistance leather armor made out of green dragon scales and leather.
See, that sounds pretty dope. Because I could just put on a jacket if I get cold, but there's no jacket for acid. And this, what about this? The Mariner leather armor.
The Mariner one that I think just helps you travel through water at your regular speed without having any hindrance.
Okay. Well, I don't do too much of that. So I think I'll go with the boots of Elvenkind and then the acid leather armor.
Okay. Yeah. You should be able to find those in the D&D Beyond and add them to your library. Sorry.
Sweet.
I think Braun, either at a market or here, is probably just going to pick up like a simple gray traveler's cloak, something with a hood.
Okay.
These-
For like a, just like a, yeah, you can just add a cloak to your inventory for like 50 gold pieces.
50?
Yep.
Jesus, prices are all over the place.
It's just a cloak, nothing fancy. But yeah, it's crazy times in the Empire.
So while you were talking about cloak, I just typed it in just to see like what types they like D&D
Oh,
Beyond
yeah.
has, and I was laughing at the cloak of many fashions. While wearing this cloak, you can use a bonus action to change the style, color, and apparent quality of the garment. The cloak's
Yeah.
weight doesn't change regardless of its appearance. The cloak cannot be anything but a cloak, and it cannot duplicate the appearance of other magical cloaks. It doesn't gain their magical properties. That's just funny.
And
Many fashions.
we also have a couple of maces if you're interested. There's a vicious mace or a corpse slaying mace.
Let's see. So vicious mace. So that is when you roll a 20 on your attack roll. The target takes an extra 7 damage. Ooh. And then what was the other ones?
A corpse slayer mace.
I'm not even seeing just a regular cloak in the inventory because it's just a cloak.
Mm-hmm. You gain +1 attack bonus. When you hit an undead creature.
Feel free to just write it down on the whatever.
Yeah, I'll just consider it part of my common clothes that I already have.
Adventurer's gear.
Yeah. And I'll pay 5 gold for it. 50 is ridiculous. I'm haggling.
All right.
The corpse slayer would be really interesting. That would have been useful before going and fighting undead. I personally don't think that should be a regular thing of Lila's, so I will go with the vicious one. I think that's a better. Well, I mean, hold on. Vicious. Oops. I can spell. Me. Well, no, I mean, no, I'll just keep mine because this one is if I roll a 20, which I don't have a tendency to do. It does an extra 7 damage. My current one is the same d6 damage, and then I also roll a d6 of cold damage that I roll. So overall, like on a just standard hitting, mine is better. Just a regular roll. So I'll just stay with my runic mace of cold. Turn
Alright.
things to ice. Just be ice, baby.
Doom, 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 doom. Oh no, I got copyright claimed. Alright.
I don't think he can sue people for copyright infringement.
No, but his lawyers can.
He stole that song from someone else.
Technically, that just that intro could be considered either Ice Ice Baby or Under Pressure.
Yeah.
You don't know which one.
Who's suing who now, motherfuckers? No.
Right?
Alright. So that's pretty much all the items that they have at the ready to sell that would work with you guys. But again, there's also I don't know if you guys did buy any of the arrows or bolts, fire, ice, or lightning.
I didn't do those, but I just did the +1s for me.
And Wolf buys a set of ice and fire.
Okay, as long as they're somewhere in the party. Okay. Do they have any more of the special bolts? The
The
plus
floaty
ones?
ones.
Oh no. I still got one exploding one left, and I'm saving that one for a special occasion. But just some regular arrows to shoot at people.
Yeah, you can get some regular arrows for whatever price it says in the guide.
Gotcha.
Not gonna claim to know all the prices of all the things. It's way too much.
But it's your store.
You call yourself a DM, sir? A rumph at you.
I imagine Braun will probably stock up his rations again and add another pound of jerky or something to his pack, but standard stuff.
Alright, so you want to head to the market to get stuff? Because right now you're in a weapon shop, so.
Yeah, I just eventually, or when we're back at the 3B, where I've been getting my stuff, I've got a week's worth of rations in my pack.
Cool.
I'd like to pull that, I guess.
You guys about done with shopping at the blacksmith and armors? The smith and armors?
But you said to come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you exit the smith and armors, you see a familiar sort of tent setup with a light, a sign in front. It's got lit up, and it reads Joel's Emporium. You see the entranceway flap sort of lift open and sort of inviting you in. You can see a light, sort of nice orange, warm light beam out of it, of the entryway. Sort
Sweet.
of waiting for your entry. But
Definitely.
you don't recall it being at the same spot, but
Yeah, I'm gonna let Lila go in first just to make sure the tent's not a mimic. But
Thanks. Let me get eaten. I go in. Hopefully don't get eaten.
nope, you walk in and you feel very at ease and whole, and just feel a gentle warmth in the room. And as you walk through, you look about at all the fancy, curious objects that they have all around, and you don't see anyone at the table, but you do see a little frog on the countertop with a wizard hat, and it's just sitting there.
I push Fimble through the door in front of me too, and then go in last.
Fimble still has the skull, but he's fashioned it to his side on its new set of armor, and sort of gazing about the room.
I don't
kind of
have
lagging behind the group.
I don't have any bugs for the frog. But it does look adorable with its wizard hat.
It's just sitting there, its eyes see it fly, and its tongue zips out and snaps it.
And I don't see any bell
She's
or anything on the desk.
And after it croaks a couple times, Sashay sort of pops around the corner. She's like, "Oh, hello! Welcome. It's good to see you made it back. Oh, I forgot. I didn't think you'd meet the owner this way, but here, this is Joel." She points down and looks at the frog.
The frog is Joel. Of Joel's Emporium.
Yes, he's the owner.
Hi, Joel.
He can't understand you right now. He lost a bet, and he's a frog for about another hour or so.
What's on the menu?
Oh, well, please. I couldn't wait for any feedback on the grenades that I made you, so I experimented and I made some more. But there's one. I've got some different flavors. I got some fire. I got some ice. I've got some lightning, and of course I have some more of those radiant grenades as well. But these will unfortunately cost you. But not too much. About 100 gold piece a grenade.
Shit, I've still got a radiant one, but I'll take a fire and a lightning.
Excellent. Good call. Reaches over up on the shelf and just hears some clatter, and she grabs 2 little glass flasks that are brimming with the energies, and she sets them down. It's 200 gold.
Done. And I can find those on Beyond?
Yep. This should be fire grenade, lightning grenade, ice grenade, or radiant grenade.
Do you have any diamonds?
Unfortunately, no diamonds just yet. We're waiting for a shipment in now that you've got the mine working. Hopefully, we'll have a nice shipment of diamonds soon. Hopefully, within the week.
Do you know anybody in town that might have them, since we're heading out tomorrow?
Not this town. Maybe. I think Avalon would be first bet, but there's always merchants in towns in between that may come across mint transport.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out, but if not, I'll
But
check in.
when I do
trust me,
I'll let Mr. Barley know, and he'll send word out through his ravens.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
But I do have, I've got a ring of warmth, or how about this? Just dig through. This is a ring of water walking,
Fancy.
and fiddling through some more rings, and this one, it's a ring of acid resistance, and it's sort of made of like a green sort of metal.
Thimble, you might like that one.
I'm good. I've got my attuned slots are full.
And we have a dagger of venom for 175. An extra little bit of poisoning to the blade is always a nice touch, I believe, for the roguish ones.
I found fire and ice grenades, and I'm not seeing any lightning grenades, so I'll just switch it to an ice grenade.
It should be a lightning.
No, there's radiant, ice, and fire. Fragmentation, smoke, but man,
Well,
I could try
I'll
lightning.
I'll double check my homebrew after the thing, and
Okay.
should be there. But I'll double check later.
Okay.
Mental note. Well, not mental note, actual note.
If not, I could just switch it to an ice.
Yeah, no, it'll be easier for me to do it.
Okay.
To fix it, or whatever. Find out what it is. But yeah, they should have, for each grenade that you have, there should be a charge. So when you use it, you just click it. So when there's the red square, that means you've used it, so you don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
It's same thing with the arrows. It's just easier to keep track of how many you've used.
Yeah. How much is that ring of water walking?
That is
Heavy bastard, I don't want to drown.
275 gold pieces. Yeah, Willow doesn't make it through rough waters.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that, just so we kind of have it among the group if we need it.
Yeah.
But I'll put it in.
And she pulls out this long rope out of a chest underneath the desk. She sits down. It's got a little sort of self loops itself to like hook to like fit around a hook as she slings it around one that's hanging above them. She tugs on it. It's a rope of climbing. You can tell it what to do.
Rogues. How much is it?
Of rope climbing, it is 225 gold.
Anyone want to claim that one?
Hold on. I was looking at its description.
And then we do have, your standard health potions or a greater health potion.
You said it was how much for the rope? 250?
225.
Yeah.
Oh, 225. I'll actually go ahead and take it. That is actually pretty snazzy for what it can do, because it can, as a bonus action, you can command the other end to move toward a destination you choose. The end moves 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and 10 feet on each of your subsequent turns. And then, if you tell the rope to knot, large knots appear at every 1 foot interval, so it makes it super easy to climb. So I will go ahead and 25. Yeah, it's basically like if we have a hard time getting somewhere, we could just tell it to go slither up and get
Find us
attached to
an extra.
something.
Yeah, find us an exit out of here.
Yeah. Attach up there.
And I only have one of these. They're very rare, but it's a potion of cloud giant strength. And she holds up this little flask. It just looks like it's got like a storm inside of it.
What is that, dude? I'm not finding healing potions, which is weird.
There we go.
You can't find any healing potions?
Yeah, I'm typing in health potions. Nothing's coming up.
All right. Go ahead and write it down, but standard health potions are 2d4 plus 4 for health.
How much are those?
There are 100 gold piece graders are 200. I've only got 3 of those. Well, I've only got 3 of the greater. I've got 5 of your standard health.
I'll
The
take
standard ones are one of the greater.
one standard.
One standard. All right, that's 100 gold.
100.
Cool.
I'm still trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. Let's see if we go. Oh, potion of healing.
Well, how many potions are we all collectively carrying?
I don't
Information about
have any, I don't believe.
Yeah, we used one on me last time.
I'm getting 1 minor for myself for whoever needs picked up.
Right.
I'm trying to hold on to the majority of my money for diamonds, because I think we'll want Revivify when I can cast it.
Yeah.
And we also have this elixir of health. I've got 3 of those. Those are pretty fancy. In case you come across or get any disease or any sort of sort of spell that messes up your cognitive senses, it'll be able to help you out. But they are rare. And it's
Elixir of
150 gold.
Is that?
Elixir of health? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was wondering if that is the same as, pretty sure I have a spell that does that as well.
How much is that potion of cloud giant strength?
Oh, that's 300 gold.
What do you guys think? Could come in handy. It would make me a beast. Yeah, screw it. It's only gold. I was broke yesterday. I'll be broke tomorrow. I'll take it. You said 300?
That's exactly right. That she
Perfect.
hands it over to you. You can see that when she hands it to you, it sort of drop down. It just feels very heavy.
Yeah, lesser restoration. I always have it prepared. You touch a creature and can a creature in either one disease or condition effect, blind, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, can be cured. So
Cool.
it is a level 2 spell that apparently, as being a cleric of life, I always have prepared.
Nice. Okay, well, I got that.
Yeah. The dagger of venom as well. And the ring of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Acid resistant. Yeah, that's all that she's got set up right there.
Thimble might
Joel's
want
just
that.
sort of sitting there while you guys go through and make your transactions, just croaking and the whole time. All right. Well, where would you guys like to go next?
Braun's pretty content. Booze, bread, food and alcohol. About the only thing he's concerned about.
Cool. Everybody else feel about the same?
Yeah.
All right. You make your way back through the streets of Satori. Definitely feel a happier vibe throughout the general public as you make your way back.
Nothing's necessary.
And come up to the front steps of B3 and I'm greeted in by a temporary new doorman.
Who is this new rookie?
Hello there. You must be Braun.
Yeah, I am.
I can tell of the was it the brass balls? Is that your catchphrase?
And you are?
Oh, I'm Theron.
Okay.
It's my first day here. I was told to let you in without a word. So.
And yet you're still talking.
Have a good evening,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ball Brass.
Okay. You better hope I don't get too drunk.
And you travel through up inside. And,
Yeah. Braun's getting like a double BLT and all the fixings and
to the
turkey legs, all of it.
you go up to the bar and you put in your order and you.
Yeah, he's going for the Ren Fair buffet.
All right. It's a special.
The brass balls special. It's just all the meat. I'll probably. It seems like we're getting ready for an adventure, so I'm gonna purchase. Let me see what my coinage looks like. A couple bottles of booze, just for backup.
Okay.
5 gold worth.
Yeah, that's fine.
alcohol.
Yeah. You want like what kind of like hard booze or
Yeah, just cheap
just beer?
bourbon
Not cheap bourbon. All right.
or dwarven whiskey. Whatever it's actually called in this world. But 5 gold worth should be, a couple of bottles. Plus,
The
it's
bottles
still
are shaped like barrels, though. No, just kidding.
look. Ow! But yeah, assorted jerky and some booze that'll do me fine. Maybe a couple silver worth of supplies for my
yeah, so you stop
distilling
by
kit.
a marketplace and grab some things along the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just enough to top off. Yeah, Braun is probably going to spend the night. He's feeling better than he did yesterday. He's feeling like he can at least control the echo when it appears or when it doesn't, unless he gets scared. So he's just going to try to stay chill and drink mildly and eat heavily, and hopefully put himself into some kind of melatonin coma.
So you're sitting at the bar and you've got your flask in front of you. You turn to look to the side, and it's that echo wave brother of yours sitting there, and it raises its mug and then fades out.
Yes. Anyone else see that?
Through the clatter of a busy bar and food area,
Okay.
no one's really paid much attention.
Okay, so maybe I don't have control over it, but it seemed nice enough. It's still weird. Still very weird.
Soulstar, what do you want to do from leaving the shop, the Emporium?
I'm just pretty much along for the ride. Soulstar's still pretty traumatized, trying to work things out in his head. Yeah, I'll just tag along.
All right.
Be drinking heartily, eating heavily,
Cool.
doing anything to not, think about the stuff that's going through his head right now.
Yeah. You hear somebody start talking about Avalon and how nice it is, and sort of like the feel that it gives off. Sort of perks your eyes, and the interest is maybe a spot that's may offer you a new avenue as a city of sin is always nice for a rogue to play in.
Yeah, no, it sounds like
Have a
fun little
nice
sandbox.
vacation.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to spend some of this gold. That's why I didn't want to buy too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stoked.
Yeah, and to clear that bounty too. That's a good thing. You don't want any. Well, we'll see.
Surprises.
Yeah. And Fimble's gonna pretty much sit out next to the apple tree out in the back where everyone goes, takes their breaks at the B3. Just sitting there, just carving a face into an apple. You can see there's 5 or 6 of them out and around them. They've got different like this frown and a happy one that's got like winking, and one with his tongue out. And
Emojis? He's carving emojis. Okay. That tracks.
Yeah, that kind of tracks.
But yeah, they spend their evening doing that, and evening passes. The suns arise, light creeps into the rooms. And a new dawn. Where do you want to start your morning, Lila?
I want to, after eating, to go and check in with not necessarily Barley, but just with whoever might be preparing their wagon. Make sure we have enough supplies, bedrolls, wood, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, you go out to the stables just adjacent to where the B3 is, not that far off. And you can see the carriage. It looks like the top half has been pretty much fully repaired. There's no burn marks, scorch marks from where the damage was.
It gave a character.
But it's all remade, and the horses look fit and proper and ready to go. If you want to go ahead and make a investigation check, feel free. But just with your passive, you can tell that everything looks pretty on the up and up.
Okay. I will take my passive since my roll has already been a 1 today. I don't know how much I want to trust my dice today.
Don't blame you.
Braun probably feels like a kid on Christmas morning, waiting to go get his pickaxe or his war pick.
Let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, he probably actually fitfully, but enough last night. Starting to feel a little bit more grounded. Still shaken, but nothing weirder has happened. So, this is the new normal, I guess. And yeah, probably a long, lazy breakfast, lots of beer, and then breakfast beer, of course. And then heading over to the blacksmith shop. If any of you guys want to join me.
I'll follow behind you. I could use a walk.
Definitely.
The Soul Star, you wake up in the morning and you see that your
Feeling like P. Diddy.
crossbow is transformed a little bit, and you see sort of new etchings along the stretched wood. And 2 bolts are stacked above it.
Like on a design, or as in he can
Like it's
fire
already like
2 bolts.
Yeah, it can fire. It's like got like 2 bolts like in rapid succession to fire.
Oh.
Got your extra shot.
That looks like a fun toy.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I guess I'll do another perception check just to get like a closer look at it.
Oh, if you want to do an investigation, if you want to do that.
Ooh, can I do perception? I'm just
If you want to do a
better.
casual look at it, you can do a perception, yeah.
Oh, well, either way. Just a 3.
Yeah, it looks almost like a brand new crossbow. The only thing that's really stayed the same is the handle piece, but the
It
shape.
still does the psychic damage.
Yep. It just adds that extra spell, which basically does give someone radiant damage, and they also can't hide behind cover.
Yeah.
Well, they don't get any benefits from hiding behind cover, so basically expose them. It's like putting a flash above them.
Oh, wow. Shoot through
So
wall.
I feel like it's Christmas morning as well. I'll just cut like it's not armed or anything, but I'll just be like pointing it around the room, like pretending to be action.
Yeah. As you grip a hold of it, you can see the metal sort of like glow, a golden aura in the sunlight as you're playing around with it. You sort of feel the heat and the warmth behind and the power that lies within this crossbow.
Someone's losing an eye.
2 if I can aim it right.
Practice the news.
If I ricochet it just right. Fimble's gonna wake up in his room he's got pillows over his ears, trying to block out the sound of all the wood cracking throughout the night. And they wake up and look over to their quarterstaff Phantom, and go to pick it up, and it feels a little heftier, but also sort of weightless as they spin it around and do the routine that they were shown from Rohai Sanzo. And they slam the staff down, and they feel like it's grown in strength. And for the first time in a while, he kind of smiles and puts his quarterstaff behind him and walks out the room.
So we're heading back to the Smith and Armor.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm stoked.
Symbol
You
sees
did.
the group sort of head out, and they quickly jump up and slide down the banner and catch up with the group, and walks behind Braun. Give him a big slap on the shoulder. Don't be scared. Here, have an apple. And it's got a smiley face with its tongue sticking out.
and probably brown because it's been carved open, left all night.
No, I made this one fresh.
Well, thank you very much.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I'll munch on that apple as we make our way through town. Still keeping my eye out for rogue barrels.
Not a rogue barrel to be found.
Nice.
You make your way back to the Smith and Armor's. Derek's at the counter, and oh, you must be here for the war pick.
Yes.
Ikari will definitely see you down at the forge. So I believe you still know the way, and they gesture for you to walk by and pass through the
Probably takes
counter.
me a second, but I can remember it eventually.
You sort of nod, and there's
Yeah.
you see a old lady sort of going through and sort of looking for some sort of like personal home defense weapon.
Little old lady checking out like a halberd.
Don't be deceived by little old ladies. Just saying.
Straight up.
We have a very scary one in our campaign.
Those cast iron skillets can hurt, man.
You know, I wouldn't be so startled by that, but she turned into like a giant size on our party. Luckily, it was in defense of our party because we are living in her apartment thing that she's got. But it was just kind of like, what?
So yeah, you make your way through to the forge, and you see Ikari's just sort of sitting in the open area outside the forge, sort of swiping the blade clean, softly and gently. You can see looks like he's almost in like ceremonial robes.
Fancy.
Taking this serious.
He looks over at you and nods and open gestures for you to come sit in front of him. Please, good morning.
Good morning. How did it go?
I think it went very well, but I won't know until you give it a whirl, as they say.
Nice.
So that hands it to you.
I love the visual for this item. See it or not, but pretty dope.
Brutal.
Yeah. Probably takes me a second to get familiar with the weight of it again, or whatever. I basically have to attune to it.
So you do some practices that you just sort of muscle memory, sort of sitting up, and then swinging it around, like, getting like pre-battle ready stretches.
Yeah.
And you
Kind of
feel
figuring
the
out
energy surge and gorge through it, and then you stop and you swing it forward and you hold it in front of you, and you can feel you see an ice shard zip out and through it, sort of formed out of the condensation that collected on the war pick as he swung it about, and shoots an ice knife into a tree off in the distance, and then you can see it explode about a second later. You see some
Nice.
bark blown off on the tree.
Yeah.
Very
I can now-
fancy.
I can cast Ice Knife 3 times a day.
Ooh. Pretty sweet.
Yeah. No, that's a bad.
We'll be shattering things with ice left and right.
But you got some fire to stuff too, so, and lightning.
Yeah, I'm very satisfied. Are you sure I can't give you any money for this?
No, please. If I could just keep the mallet, I might be able to find other kind of metals that may unlock other elements down the road.
Hell yes. Sounds like a deal to me. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah. Enjoy your mallet. I will take the war pick. Does he have any information about this moon god? Is that something I'll have to find a moon priest about, or I'm kind of curious.
It's I don't know. It's not really. It may be about a moon god. It may be about just the powered essence of the moon and the moon itself being a god. I'm not sure, just based off the etchings, but you can definitely feel there is the energy behind it as to it being a living sentient thing or just some sort of celestial cosmic power. I have not a clue. But I'm sure there's answers out there. Just, keep digging, and you've got a piece of the puzzle. I'm sure others will fall in place. It's usually how those things go.
Hell yeah. Heft that thing up on my shoulder and proudly start carrying that around again. Yeah, I'll put my battle axe back in my pack and carry that as a backup weapon if I need it. And I am very stoked.
So excited.
I'm ready to head out anytime you guys are, but Thimble still seems a little spacey. Maybe we should wait for his head to clear.
He sort of looks back at the group and gathers that everybody's ready to leave, so he sort of nods his head and walks with the group.
Yeah, head back towards the brothel.
To our
The clouds
wagon.
out there look like Frankenfurters.
Something's not right with that boy.
All right, so where did you guys want to go next?
To our wagon.
Let's-
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you wanted to, did you have to visit your librarian friend again, or that was going to take some time, right,
Yeah,
for the
that
research?
was for the figuring out the stuff with the book and the dagger. They're just gonna hold on to it.
It'll take some time.
As they find things. So yeah, I think we are pretty much good to go. I can't
Head
think of
towards,
anything else before we hit the road.
You're back at the B3 and you're inside Barley's room, and you've got the
I believe we have a map to
Yeah.
see.
map of the area.
Ooh. Yeah, we got a map that marks the Temple of Tiamat in Avalon.
Yep, and that'd be the tower there. Satori's here. There is some sort of ancient graveyard up in this area somewhere, and then there's the what was it? I forgot the name of that city. Maturin Village, I believe it was. I believe in my notes. There were so many notes. Yeah, Maturin Village. Maturin. I don't know how you pronounce it, but
So
Yeah.
we'll be heading east to that. I'm assuming that big city
Yeah.
looking thing is Avalon.
this one here.
I'm not seeing your
Oh,
cursor.
sorry.
Oh, no,
This
you're
one
fine.
here.
Oh, that's Avalon? Okay.
Wait, no, sorry, no. I mean,
You pointed at the tower earlier.
oh no, the tower is the Bahamut or Tiamat Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Here, that's Tiamat.
Yeah, the like fort looking structure in the sands of Tihud. I wasn't sure if that's where we're headed or.
No, that's an unnamed. It's just a thing. There's no markings about it. It's just a structure on the map. Yeah, City of Avalon. I don't know
Oh.
why it's over there, but yeah, it's right here.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll have to take the wagon to like a,
Down
Coast.
through.
or do we?
We need
or
a
do we
boat.
actually go down and around?
Yeah, he'd come down through.
Oh, it is connected.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's a long way around.
Mm-hmm.
Luck could happen in the detour.
Yes. Nidhogg Forest.
And there has been a reported fire up in this area.
Yeah.
Oh,
Burning fire.
That big fire that we saw before we went down under the
Right.
temple.
Yeah, with the smoke trail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should ask Fimble if he wants to avoid that or go up north a little ways to investigate that, or he seemed to have a reaction to it.
He sort of looks down and they sort of look down and they shrug and just, I don't know. I'm beginning to think it might be inevitable, but either way, that she's gonna find me. It's only a matter of time, depending on how I confront this. But I don't know. Takes another bite into an apple and sort of drifts off as like a butterfly floats by. Sort of tracks it as it floats around.
I know Barley mentioned that they were working on getting it under control.
So, yeah. Alright. And Barley sets a. Yeah. So you
Go
got so you got Barley sort of helps you set a navigated path through the area, just following the main roads.
Does he know anything about the Nidhogg Forest?
Oh, dang it. You didn't click on it enough. Got it. It's where the home of the world tree is located.
Interesting.
Fimble
Yeah.
sort of looks up and, you mean like mother? Barley sort of has a questionable look on his face. I don't know, I've never heard of a mother, but the legend with the world tree is that there's different parts of her throughout at least this isle. There's rumored to be the head of the mother, the heart of the mother, and the hands, and located in different regions and forests throughout the isle. Fimble sort of flashes back to the mother's wicked smile within the roots. He sort of puts his head down and sort of walks off to the side away from the group, just to ponder their thoughts.
Yeah. Braun definitely noticed his reaction and just, gonna look after them.
But once you clear through that, you should be able to find a city of Venland. It's a city of high elves. You might be able to find some shelter there for a few days, or to replenish any things that you may need along the way.
Well, how feasible would it be for us to just take a boat? Because I see some out on the water there. Looks like.
Right now, it's going to be a little bit more than I can fees, and you'd have to wait at least about another week before I can get another boat to take you on. Most boats around here are just transport and trying to sneak you onto a transport boat that's constantly hounded by the Empire, a sea guard.
Oh, shit.
I think the safest route without getting caught would definitely have to be on foot. But if you want to go on sea, we can make it happen. But maybe about a 3 to 5 day wait trying to figure out the best ship possible to get you there. Because, pirates, hard to trust. There's a history there, there's more trust. And that's what I'm looking for when I need to ship people on the sea. My go-to right now, Asha Voss, she's unfortunately busy on a shipment up north. She won't be back, at least to these shores, for about another week or so. But if that's something you're interested in and you want to wait, we can definitely do that and make that happen.
I am good going by land. I don't know about you guys. Boats make me nervous.
I was gonna say we should have picked up that mariner leather armor. Just swim the way there.
Yeah, I'm good with the walked with caravans and merchants before, at least around this area. So I'm good with road.
That's true. I'm just trying to pick the road with the least encounters.
The fun in that.
Yeah.
Plus, you got some new toys to play with.
Yeah.
That's true.
Plus, we need to stop by another town and get diamonds.
Yeah, is there... can we
fancy society and city of rich elves might just have some.
Oh, yeah.
Can we ask Barley if he knows where we might be able to get a diamond or two?
He just mentions Venland, Elven City.
Is that the one that's southeast of us?
Yeah, along the way. when you pass through the Nickhog Forest.
Okay.
That will be advantageous for us to have.
Yeah, I'd like to get one before we leave, but I guess we gave away all the mayor's goodies. You guys just came from a mine.
Yeah.
But
We didn't find any.
and you guys
gems
marked down,
there.
and you guys marked down the health potions and stuff you bought, right?
yeah, I did.
I didn't buy any, so no. We're good.
Cool.
Yeah. How many days journey does it sound like it's gonna be till we get to the elves?
Ooh.
So we know how much prep we'll need.
It's going to be about 9 days
Okay.
on the road
That's not bad.
just to get to Vinland to
Yeah.
restock.
It's not too bad, especially with having to go through a forest.
Yeah.
There's
But there's all
we could just-
types of trails through the forest for merchants and caravans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we try to move or find a caravan to move with, or do we just want to book it solo through there?
Well, you guys got your carriage.
Yeah.
So don't want to go with most of it alone.
Okay.
Are there any other caravans moving out like this day or?
Yeah, I guess that's what I was asking.
Yeah, you can see like there's a transport hub not far from where the stable is, and it's just a bustling like nonstop of carriages and stuff, and sort of stop and people getting off, letting people setting up on, people taking their cargo and whatnot to the.
So more than likely we'll run across caravans or what have you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking safety and numbers, but
Mhm.
whatever.
He just wants to see more innocents get slaughtered now.
Your human shields are fine for a dwarf. Okay, I don't care. If we can get some orphans to tag along with this, I'm just saying.
Mhm.
So you guys make your way to the stable where the carriage is at, and you got your cable, got everything rationed and set. There's a little chart of all the rations. You've got enough rations for at least 10 days, so it should be well covered.
Yeah, plus we've all probably got some snacks in our bags. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Do we have camping gear for at night? Do we have like a tent or two?
Yeah,
there's
that's what I
sleep-
checked on
yeah.
this morning. Made sure we had
Yeah.
firewood,
Yeah, there's
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
fire kits with like wool and stuff for fire starter for easy stuff like that, and there's sleeping bags, a couple like 3 different pup tents to set up.
Yeah.
Probably
I'm gonna-
some jugs of water or what have you.
Yeah, there's some crates with water and other finishings. There's a couple with some basic IPA ale.
Yeah, I'm definitely sliding.
House special from barley.
Definitely throwing in like a half case of liquor. At least a bottle a day just to keep the shakes off.
But yeah, your carriage is all stocked and set and ready.
Okay.
And you make offset to the east. You're going through, and you can see the smoke.
Yeah, who knows how to drive a carriage?
It's Lila.
Oh, okay. We have someone. Excellent.
I have a +5 to animal handling.
Okay. And is this a covered carriage, or is this just a cart with a couple of benches in it, or?
It's a covered carriage because we
carriage.
accidentally burned the roof earlier. It's been repaired since then.
Okay. This is the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a colorful little carriage. It's made out of, brown hardwood, but it's got some purple and gold finishings and flares to the trim.
Okay. So kind of I hate to use the word, but kind of a gypsy wagon type thing, like Romanian
Like
wagon.
a Romany,
Yeah,
Romany
okay.
wagon. It's got two little candles that sit up on the side while where the driver sits.
Yeah, you guys know carriages. Should I sit inside? Should I sit up front with one of you? Where do you want the tank?
I mean, wherever you feel comfortable, and we can just change it up as we progress. It's going to be a long one, so.
Yeah.
We got 10 days.
Feels comfortable.
5 days.
Yeah. First day through is open fields. You can see all different kinds of wildlife just running about. The smoke trail off in the distance seems to get bigger and bigger and wider and thicker. Next day, it's another calm eve morning. And you can see the forest breach just a few miles ahead. By evening, you breach through it and you're following a narrow little trail through the forest. You can see a drop down below where there's a fairly large lake, and just keep following the trail, winding, rounding about. And Lila, you start to feel the horses just sort of pensing in their steps and sort of trying to pull away from the trail.
Like they're getting tired.
If you want to make a perception check.
Yeah, I can do a perception check. Perception. That is an 18 total. 16
All right.
plus 2.
With their light neighings, it doesn't feel like to you when you're with your skill, your animal handling skills, you feel that it's maybe not so much of tiredness, but maybe something of fright, something.
They're nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring their like that they're getting antsy, like the horses feel spooked.
Yeah. They're sort of neighing and sort of prancing about and sort
to
of
the
they
party.
got the high stomping. They sort of stop and turn off to the. Yeah.
How close is it to nightfall?
I'd say it's about golden hour.
Oh.
So sun's just about to set. It's got a nice blazing orange background.
Should we try to push through whatever creepiness this is, or should we set up for the night?
I don't
I-
know. I mean, we could be walking into something. If the horses are feeling nervous, I don't know if we want to continue on or if we want to investigate ahead.
I'll defer to the group on that.
And looks, maybe we should, I think we should maybe look, clear the path, and then maybe it's nothing, maybe it is something, but we'll, some things just, we have to find out so we can decide on what to do. I can scout out and try and report back and see if I see anything.
Why don't 2 people go? That way, if for some reason something happens, at least someone can run back.
Buddy system.
Yeah.
You have your travel buddy.
And you got those fancy boots.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah.
So
You want to go with
Yeah, so me and
They won't
Braun
even
will
see
stay
me.
with the wagon.
Sure. I'll get my crossbow at the ready.
I will kind of, if there is enough room, try and position the horse and wagons in a way that like we're off to the side and we can either like turn left and keep going, or if we need to just book it right and head back the way we came. Be like, peace out. Get on the wagon and go.
I'll help you with that maneuvering and get down on the ground and kind of guide you with that. And then I'm just going to stay within sight of you, but on the ground and keeping an eye on the horses and the woods around us.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, pacing in a circle around the cart, basically.
Yeah, because I don't want to necessarily get off the wagon, because if they like rear and run, I'd like to stay with them to at least be able to stop them and turn them around.
Yeah. Can I do a perception check around the cart and the woods around us if I hear anything or see anything off?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that perception or like survival check? What do you want?
Let's do survival.
Fuck. That would be a 2. And I don't think I have a lot of survival. There it is. Oh, +4. So 6. Shit.
I'm nervous that we have an APC map. You're a guest in our chat.
Also works for exploration.
ABC.
If I can build it, I'll show it.
Yeah.
Always be chill.
I have
Oh,
seen
yeah,
it.
the horses. Yeah, the horses are spooked. So, red flag. Oh yeah. So Lila's there. We've got bronze scope in the area. What was your number? Sorry, I didn't get that.
I rolled a 2, but I got a +4 on survival. 6. Nothing good.
Yeah, you
I
don't,
do have dark
you
vision.
You feel as anxious as the
Did you
horses do.
survive?
You've
Okay.
got a bad feeling about this. So
Okay. I'm going to probably just squeak out a little echo and have it post up kind of in front of the horses. Or maybe actually towards the back of the cart. Towards the back of the cart.
Don't scare the horses with it.
I don't really want them to see it. It just kind of drifts backwards from me about 15 feet.
alrighty,
Yeah. That'll do.
alrighty. So off to the side, Fimble notices some large melons up in a tree that remind him of home.
The large melons remind him of. Okay, never mind. I'll shut up.
Sun melons. They're sun melons. I don't know how they got here, but they're my favorite. Right next to apples. Starts climbing a tree. He's able to snag one of the sun melons down, and he drops down and starts biting into it. And just, the citrus goo is just dripping off his face.
Can we see this from back at the cart? Or did he just run off into the fucking bush 20 feet away from us as soon as he got out of sight like a toddler?
Make a perception check.
15 plus 1, 16.
Helicopter dad much?
Hey. Got anxiety issues, man. Leave me alone.
So what'd you get?
16 total.
Yeah, you see him sort of walk up to the tree and sort of jump up on a branch and pull himself up and grab one and drop back down.
Okay.
Seemed like a fairly fluent, easy thing for them to do.
Yeah.
And then
Foolish too.
Giant, he's holding the melon with 2 hands and just bites into it, and just sees citrus sort of squirt out when he bites it, and it's just pouring down his face. But his eyes are like beaming with very happy. Smiles, and he's got like some grind stuck to the side of his face.
Son of a bitch.
Tolstar, you're right. Yeah, walk up right next to them.
Let's see.
You want to
Okay. I can see
perceive
that.
what lies beyond?
Yes, I would like to check on the perceptions around me.
All right.
Let's see. Perception plus 3. 13.
All right. So, scoping out the area so far, it just seems pretty empty. You can see, at least 30, 40 feet in front of you. Just seems to be a cold breeze that brushes through the forest trees. Definitely feel some sort of tension and cold chill down your spine as it breezes past you.
Goddamn. Fimble is still just like snacking on the ground there.
Yeah, they're just about halfway through it right now. Their head's just sort of buried in the melon.
I gave him a chance to snack on it. I like seeing him happy, but I'm going to tell him to cut it out now. Like we still got to check out the surrounding.
Yeah, they pick up their head and they nod and drop it down on the ground. And then sort of, just wipe their face with their sleeve, clear off the citrus goo.
Yeah. Pick fruit later.
Mm. He did give me an interesting idea, though. I'm going to tell him to climb back up the tree and just get a little bird's eye view.
All right.
See if he could see anything from up there.
Something more than another melon. Okay.
Yeah, stay focused.
Yeah.
They climb up to the tree and like, oh, there's another sun melon tree down there. And some sort of structure looks familiar. Kinda. Can't make it out. There's a lot of shrubs in the area.
Which way is he pointing or looking?
Pointing out this direction.
Okay.
Headed pretty much just out beyond the trees, pretty much.
Do we want to pull the carriage up with the boys, or do we want to stay back here?
Until
Let's hold
got a
that,
better
yeah.
idea of what's going on, we'll stay back here because the horses make a lot of noise.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can
so-
see that there's a large log with that looks like it could be your wagon could be tied and hitched to, so the horses don't run off.
Nah, let the boys go ahead.
Yeah, we'll let them get far enough ahead. If I have to hitch real quick, it won't take long to do that.
Do you want to move the carriage forward?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, Braun's just keeping an eye on them, but not moving forward.
All right, scoping out the area.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fimble's still up in the tree. And then another scope of the area. And they see sort of like the ground sort of bubble up a little bit and see like the soil come up under the ground and sort of tunnel around. And it's like a couple of look like sort of blossom flowers pop out of the ground and they're sort of floating about.
Okay. Good description there, bud. Talking to Fimble. Is he shouting this back to all of us?
Yeah. Flowers are popping out of the ground. They're like a purple, blue, sort of. I don't know. I always called them silly jacks, but
Silly jacks?
You've seen these kind of flowers before?
I said it look like, not that they are. The colors are similar, shaped completely different.
Be careful. Go check them out.
Yeah. I don't like this.
I don't like it one bit. I will, hearing them describe like that there's actual stuff going on like on the ground, I will go ahead and hitch up the horses, like tie them up to something.
Yeah.
I'll give her a hand doing that, and then
Okay. So, yeah. Where do you want your echo?
I'm just gonna go ahead and poop it away for now. I don't want to, like she said, spook the horses with it.
All right.
So hopefully they didn't see it before it went away.
So, Lila and Braun are right in front, and Fimble's still out in the tree.
I'll move forward and meet up with Soulstar.
As you walk forward, Soulstar puts his hand out to stop you. Soulstar, you see same sort of thing that Fimble saw. You see the ground bubble up about 20 feet in front of you, and these little flowers pop up. About 6 of them.
Okay, do we want to see what happens if we...
Slowly be moving.
Do we see what happens if something gets close to those?
I mean, they're kind of in our way now.
Okay.
Take it
I'll push an echo forward in front of me. I can make it appear within 15 feet of me, so I guess I'll make it appear right in front of where those flowers just popped up,
slow.
and I'll have it take a step forward. Or just kind of drift out from me and end up there. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to just appear there.
Yeah. Pops out and travels in a ghostly-like way. And a breeze hits one of the flowers, and the mouth pops out of the ground.
Oh, lovely.
And upon its teeth clenching down and engulfing the echo, it fades away into
Yep,
vapor,
like fart in the wind.
into ash. Yep.
Very unsatisfying meal, but it occupies its space and it moves, so it could trigger that shit.
But the flowers fold in and then are more like talons or tentacles poking up out of the ground, feelers looking to grab.
Yeah, flowers are like little suction cups or something. Ugh.
Well, they unfurl to look like flowers and then they fold back in and act
Oh.
like tentacles. So it's like a sort of kind of like a fly trap in a way. It's just sort of they fold up and then they fold in.
Done.
And they curl up and can grab.
You guys want to shoot it or something? You burn it? I think.
Yeah, we
Burn-
gotta get this out of the way. The horses ain't gonna walk past that.
We got to clear this. I can just keep pushing my echo in front of us, and we can try to take these things out from distance.
Yeah.
Okay, I did my part. Well, I'm gonna throw my hand axe into it and let it eat my shit.
Uh,
Something.
can I move up next to. What's the range on this? Na, na, na.
I'll slowly manifest my echo back, maybe 5 or 10 feet in front of me, kind of off to the side, just ready to move in if we need to. I mean, I could keep hitting it with my echo, I think.
There it is.
Just send it up a whack and get poofed.
We also
and
know
then,
there's another one off to the side.
yeah, and they seem mobile.
I want to move up next to Braun and Sacred Flame it from this distance, since my range is 60 feet.
Okay.
Do we need to tell Thimble not to run up to it, try to get a bug or something?
I think I'll
It
figure it
needs
out.
to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. Is that 13 or
Yeah,
better?
13 or better.
Cool. It's a 12.
And it takes 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefit from cover for the saving throw. Okay, it's not the spell I thought it was, but because I know I have a different one. I think that's the other one that's like it makes it glow, so people have advantage, but that's not it. 1 point of damage.
Woo!
So you see one of
It's
the
on the scoreboard now.
tentacles sort of just catch a flame and it sort of flans,
Oh, it's guiding
flaps
bolt
out
is the one
its
I was-
flower again, and folds it in the fire, sort of just dissipates. But it closes up and then goes back underground.
False.
Oh shit!
Thimble grabs a melon and throws it at the other one.
A melon?
Yeah, a sun melon.
He should stay in the tree, though. I think he's got the right idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump up there
Pops
shortly.
Its feelers out. And it's just sort of hear sort of an earthly groan emanate out of it.
Okay, are we getting into initiative with this thing? Well, I guess it went back underground.
Well, the one in front of you did, but the one that's over there, it's just there. It's not no one's in active combat yet because no one's tried to do any real
Yeah.
damage to it
Mhm.
except for flame. But that's
I'll
all it's
tentatively
missing.
start moving forward with my echo a little bit in front. I need to stay within 30 feet of it, but
So
I'm
where
kind
do
of.
you want to move, and where do you want to move first?
I'll move my full movement like 20 feet forward. Maybe a little farther than that.
And where do you want your?
And then,
echo?
yeah, kind of leapfrog it.
Where do you want? North, south, east, west.
Right there.
East here.
Yeah, right about there.
All right.
Maybe a little bit more towards that intersection. There we go. I can see better. Yeah, like right up in there. Any reaction? Does anything come after either of us?
You feel the ground rumbling and see another trail of dirt. Zips right around, pops up right by your side,
Okay.
and its feelers swinging about. Everybody roll for initiative.
Stock 'em up. Oof. Ah. Oof.
I got a 19 plus 2.
So 21?
Yeah, 21 total for me.
Okay. Anyone beat that?
Not even close.
Okay. Anyone from 15 to that? Anyone from nope. All right. Anyone 10 to 15?
11.
11. All right. And 5 to 10?
I got 8.
All right. And I got to roll for Fimble. Just give me a sec. Ooh,
21.
21 as well. All right. So Braun and Fimble. Who do you want to go first?
He's more dexterous. He should go first. Plus, he's got the range advantage.
Gotcha.
Am I right up next to it? Like he's not a rogue. Never mind. He doesn't get flanking attack stuff.
Yeah, you're right here. And then you're
Also
is about
there.
5 feet away from it. But
Okay.
You're just within its grasp. And it latches onto you. And it tries to pick you up.
Huh?
Make a strength check. 19. So it lifts you up off the ground. You can feel it tighten around your body. 4 points of damage to you. But you're right now you're grappled, suspended in the air by one of the vines or feelers.
Now, was it Fimble's turn?
Yep. Fimble's still up in the tree. They're gonna bring out their short bow and see if they can shoot one of their fire arrows right down in its mouth. So definitely does hit. It's a 26. Those two. 14 points of damage. Arrow goes right into its mouth, and just a plume of fire and smoke pops out of it, and it clenches closed and bears itself back down under the ground. A couple of tentacles fall and wither away.
I assume it drops me on the ground on the way, or did it take
Yep.
me with? Okay.
You were released and pretty much in the hero's position. You got your war pick out, but you're one knee on the ground, one hand on the ground sort of deal. next, Braun?
Yeah, both my Echo and I will inch forward another 15 feet or so towards that one that we can see. Yeah. Over there.
Okay.
Does that trigger any reaction or anything from...
Yep, it's still there. Doesn't seem to be anything triggering.
Okay. Do I have more movement? I only have 25. I think I moved pretty much 25.
You've moved 15. That's what you
Oh,
said.
okay.
You said move 15, so you got 10 more.
Okay. I'll move forward 10 more feet and
What's your
then can I get it all the way up to that plant that's sticking out of the ground?
It gets up, and as a reaction, one of the vines is going to feel out for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to take an attack on it if I can.
With its sensory rumbling, it feels something come up, and it just sort of swipes out. That's only a 15, so I don't think that breaks the AC.
Nope. It's got 17.
So it just whiffs right in front of your echo form.
All right. My Echo will take 2 swings at it.
Roll to do so.
17 plus 7 for 24. I'll just roll the second one.
All right.
5 plus 7 for 12 on the second hit, which I assume probably misses.
What was the number?
12 for the second strike.
Second strike does miss.
One of them hits.
Go ahead and roll for damage on that one.
7, 2 plus 4. 13 points of damage.
Right. So the first strike hits big, and right before the second blow lands, it pulls down under the ground.
Done.
And the earth bubbles up a little bit as it does so. And then swarming in a circle around the shadow form, there's 2 earth bubbles, but instead of 2 mouths, 2 of the feeler creatures from the Fey portal
Oh.
that'll pop up around.
The fuck is a Fey portal? Oh, Jesus.
Ron wasn't there for that.
You guys got to tell me these things. I'm simple. I don't know.
We've got the Echo Brother form pinned.
Yeah. Have at 'em.
Yeah, they're just feeling out the area. They haven't come across it yet, and that's Ron. You're done with your turn.
Yeah.
Lila, you're up next.
Alrighty. I have 30 feet of movement, so I would like to get that much closer. Can I
Okay.
see what's going on?
30 feet.
Mhm.
You can see shapes through the trees and the brush, but the form through the brush and the thicket does look familiar.
Okay. I will go ahead and use, I guess, Toll of the Dead. Oh, excuse me. Wisdom saving throw of 13.
Alright. That's a 15.
Oh, that base. Oh well.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is that an area spell?
No, it's you point at
Just
a
single?
creature.
Okay. Couldn't remember, sorry.
No, you're fine. And I accidentally messed up on the Sacred Flame. It was supposed to be 2d8, but no worries. I will remember first next next time. So yeah, that one missed. That's my action movement. I will wait to use
Bonus.
action
Alright.
until another time. No one's taken any major damage yet, so.
No. It's the fun benefit of this echo, man. We can just kind of
It'll
shove
trigger
it.
all of our traps.
I mean, might as well. It doesn't, I don't think it actually has like weight. It occupies its space. But I don't think it actually has like weight. So a lot of traps, it's not going to set off. But this one, apparently, if you just move in and wave your hands around a lot.
I mean, if it can hit something, you could tell it to like hit the tiles on a floor if we were looking for that type of trap.
I guess that would work, yeah.
It would just be very like long wait for that.
Yeah, and very methodical.
Oh yay! It's right next to me. My favorite.
It.
And mass pops up through, and the feelers reach out and try to grapple you and restrain you. It's 18.
That hits.
All right. Wrapped around your arms and one around your leg. And feel a stinging. And you get 6 points of poison damage. And make a strength throw. See if you break 3 out of the feelers, or if you're going to be restrained.
Strength saving throw, right?
Yep.
That's just a 9.
And unfortunately, you try to pull out of its grasp, but you're unable to, and you're restrained.
Okay.
Feeler over here by the Echo Wave brother puts out its arms and passes right through the form. And it turns and starts slowly making its way to the intersection.
Attack rolls against me have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls, and my attack rolls have disadvantage for being restrained.
What?
Yeah. Keep yawning.
And Soulstar, you're up next.
Sweet. Where am I at?
Just, here, back behind
That's me.
Lila. Thimble's over here. You got the giant mouth maw that's got Lila grappled.
I will be right back since it was just my turn.
Cool.
Gotcha. So is she being restrained by a tentacle or the mouth?
The tentacles. So she can't like
Gotcha.
move. She's pretty much in place. She's
Would I
not
be able
too
to
big
help her
to
out
pick
with that?
up,
With
but
the
she
swing of my sword?
I'm sorry, what?
Would I be able to unrestrain her with the swing of my sword?
Yeah, if you want to like try to run up and like cut the vines or
Yeah.
whatever, or however you want to do it.
I'm gonna try and help her out there.
Cool.
Let's see. Strength plus proficiency. What am I looking at here? 5 plus 12. 17.
All right. So you run up and you slice through the vines and free Lila from its grasp.
That's what friendship's all about.
And it spins around and more feelers to come around, and it's gonna try to reach out and grab you.
Ooh.
That's a 17.
Yeah, he got me.
Alright. That's only 2 points of poison damage to you. And go ahead and make a strength saving throw. See if you get restrained or not.
That's too weak to do this. 5. Count on 5.
So, though you freed Lila from her binds, the Mawmouth spins around, rotates in the soil, and whips out its other set of feelers and latches onto you. You're not up off the ground, but you can't. The only thing you can do is move closer, but I don't think that's something you want to do. So you're pulling back, and it's trying to pull you into its gnashing, mawing mouth.
Bummer. This is not how I wanted things to do now.
And the other insect feeler is scouting the area. And then another mouth maw pops up over near where Braun is, but it's out of reach from its feelers. And that's where I'm gonna call the game for the evening. Back at the top of the round, we'll start off with Thimble.
Okay.
See if you guys can clear the pathway, find out if there's a portal or what lies ahead.
Yeah. Nice.
Fate portals weren't a joke.
I still don't know what the fuck they are. I'm just swinging, but
Tears in reality that lead to another realm.
I just found out I can poop ghosts. You know? My head can't wrap around that right now. You're gonna have to tell me that over the fire tonight. Did you say we level up?
Yeah, everybody should be at level 6.
Okay. I think I did it wrong last time, so I'm gonna do that here. Last time I think I rolled my hit point or my hit dice wrong. So manage your character level. Hit points. Level up to 6. So I should roll 1d10 plus my constitution modifier per level. So that'd be 1d10 plus 6, right?
So another mouth maw popped up by Braun, and that's where we'll leave off. It'll be at the top of the round when we start. And if you haven't leveled your character up to level 6, feel free to do so.